You're welcome back. Now, the Food and Drugs Authority declared it unsafe and called for its withdrawal from the shelves as far back as August last year. But 9 months on, Ciprobiotic 250, said to be an unregistered drug from India, is still on the market, being used in treating bacterial ailments, including gonorrhea, urinary tract infections, skin diseases, and typhoid fever. Today, the NGO African Mother and Child Foundation have released details of its monitoring since the FDA issued the alert in August last year, and in that report they found that the drug is still readily available in parts of the country. And I will join in the studio. We'll surely deal with the issues they are raising in that report. The representative from that NGO is joining me in the studio right now. But the FDA's alert is what I want to bring to your attention right now. Let me read the details as was issued in August 2015 on this drug, Ciprobiotic 250. We know that in August 2015, this alert was issued. And let me read the details for you. It says the Food and Drugs Authority wishes to alert the general public, particularly hospitals, clinics, and pharmacies, to desist from stocking and dispensing an unregistered antibiotic, Ciprobiotic 250, imported and being distributed on the Ghanaian market by Kojak Limited. The product has not undergone the necessary evaluations by the FDA. Hence, the authority cannot guarantee its quality, safety, and efficacy. Information on the packaging of the product indicates that it was manufactured in India by Fredin Pharmaceuticals Limited for Kojak Limited, which is indicated as the brand name holder. Now, the drug is an antibiotic used to treat different types of bacterial infections, as I've already mentioned, and hospitals, clinics, and pharmacies have stocks of it, and they are advised to immediately hand over to any FDA office nationwide. This was issued in August 2015. So count the months, and it comes to about 9 months since that statement was issued by the Chief Executive Officer of the FDA, Hudu Mukhtari. Guess what? Today, as we speak, by the monitoring of the African Mother and Child NGO, it seems that the FDA's directive has not really gone down well. It's not being cleared off the shelves. We don't know why. Let's get some more details on this particular matter. We're joined in the studio by a representative of the group. Christiana Mausi-Seram is actually the founder and chief executive officer of this non-governmental organization, African Mother and Child. Good afternoon to you, madam.
Good afternoon.
So for the monitoring you've done, how expansive is it? Where did you go to and what did you find?
Well, we've been to pharmacies, licensed pharmacies and wholesale outlets in Tema and Accra. And they have the medication on their shelves, selling. And we actually bought some and we took receipts to use as evidence. So we have those receipts now. But our focus right now is on the importer. We expect FDA to go ahead to confiscate all the stock, because so long as it continues to hold the stock, they'll distribute. So already we have sent letters, 550 letters, to hospitals, clinics, and licensed pharmacies in Greater Accra, some parts of Central Region and Eastern Region, telling them to stop selling the medication.
Are these the areas where, per your research and report, is most seen on shelves in pharmacies?
Yes.
These three regions?
Yes.
Okay. Now, for many who would sit back and watch and say, okay, it's a drug on the shelf, it's unsafe, why must I be worried? What's the effect this will have on me if I'm to wrongfully take it?
Well, if you say a drug is counterfeit or is fake, it means the drug lacks the active ingredients that it's supposed to have. Or it may have the active ingredient but in very low doses. So, for example, if you are treating a bacterial infection and you think you are administering an antibiotic, it may not be working. So there will be therapeutic failure. Sometimes it may lead to toxic effects, or the person may die. And you know, in Africa or globally, there has been incidents where we've been talking about antibiotic resistance, talking about anti-malaria resistance, where we had chloroquine and we had to stop. If we do not stop this, there will be more drug resistance in the system. And if you say drug resistance, what it means is that the bacteria or the targeted bacteria changes in a way such that the specific antibiotic being administered does not become effective. Okay, it does not kill the bacteria.
I do appreciate the extent of what the problem is, but have you been in touch with the distributor, Kojak Pharma?
Well, we called Kojak Limited.
Kojak Limited, yes.
Somebody picked the call and said, I am not the one in charge. They passed it on, and then at a point, they left the line unattended. And we contacted FDA also, and we told them we will engage in what? Massive publicity to alert Ghanaians that this drug is counterfeit. Because I'm not sure how many Ghanaians go to FDA website to check for press release.
Okay. In fact, we're told that the FDA asked you to bring a sample of this drug some 3 weeks ago. You've not sent it. Why is that?
No. Nobody asked us to bring samples. We actually called them after identifying the medication. We called them to notify them that you have a press release on your website, but the medicine is still on sale in pharmacies. And they told us, oh, we will deal with them. We will confiscate the products soon.
Who did you speak to?
We spoke to one of the officers, two of the officers. I wouldn't like to disclose.
Are they at the headquarters? At which office?
Headquarters, yes.
And they gave you that firm assurance based on
yes.
what? Their authority and their locus in the office?
And that is yet to happen.
And when was this call made?
We made that call, I think, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, we've been trying to get in touch with the Food and Drugs Authority on this matter. They have declined comments on the matter for now. Also, for the company in question that distributes this drug, Kojak Limited, we've called them actually to respond to this issue. They tell us that they will respond at an appropriate time to this matter. But for you, madam, you've sent 550 letters to hospitals and clinics. You've been in touch with all these relevant bodies to get to the bottom of this matter. What's next for you if what you're asking for in terms of the drugs be moved out of the market does not happen?
Well, I think in the letter, we actually indicated that after 21 days, we expect that they will take down all this medication from their shelves. So if that doesn't happen, then I think it becomes a legal issue. Because you can't be selling something that you know, we actually called a pharmacy. And the pharmacists told us they are aware it is fake. So it's not their fault. But because of our letter, they will take it down. As to whether they've done that, we are not sure yet. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Christiana Mausi, for joining us today, the founder and CEO of African Mother and Child. You're into this issue of drugs that are not supposed to be on our shelves being there. One of them they've been able to uncover is the Ciprobiotic 250, a drug supposed to deal with skin diseases, urinary tract infection, gonorrhea, as well as that other disease of typhoid fever. Let's see what the FDA does about this in terms of getting it off the market, if indeed it is fake, and then we'll get to the bottom of this issue.